end. Mine did once. You know, if I have to use the proper language, I went from a soft target when you don't know what's going on to a hard target when you know what's going on, kind of, then to a soft target, then to a hard target. Basically, I got targeted twice. Now, from what I understand, this is that person of concern threat assessment shit. They can decide how long they could conduct this control plan on you. Here we go already. So, what was I gonna say? What was I gonna off? I always gotta send niggas here to like fucking throw me off. So, yeah, it did end once. So when this first happened to me, like 20 years ago or whatever, it was different. Yo, this guy like really threw my whole shit off, bro. I like forgot what the fuck I was talking about. So yeah, so the threat assessment can conduct a control plan on you indefinitely. So they can do this forever. So that explains why some people feel like, oh, it never stops. But they can decide that you are they can deem you to be no longer a threat. All right. So let me tell you how my first targeting ended. I have to do a story about my first targeting so you guys could understand why I say the things that I do and why I think the way I do, you know? All right, so during my first targeting, the cops never showed face because there was no way to find out what was happening to me. The YouTube did not really, YouTube just came out. There was no TI community. All right, so I moved from New York to California. My targeted followed me. Then I moved back to New York. My targeting followed me. Now, I was so demoralized by like all the shit they did, and this went on for so long, but towards the end, they had one conditioned stimuli remaining, and that was people running past me. Like, they would walk, and then when they would get in front of me, they would run, and they would walk again. And I thought that was because someone cyberbullied me, put me on a website, so people didn't want to be in the picture, so they would run by me. That's how demoralized I was. That's what I used to think was happening to me. Fucking coward FBI and coward fucking law enforcement. So, like 7 years down the line, they still had that trigger, right? The run right past me. So one day, right, like years after my first target began, somebody did it again on my way to work, and I'm like, you know what? I'm never gonna turn around and pay attention to, and I was saying this out loud. I was mad high and I had my headphones. I was like, yo, I'm never turning around to look at this again. I'm never gonna give it any attention. It does nothing for my life, and it's fucking retarded, and it's stupid. It's getting none of my energy again. So then the day after, that few days, I think I seen it, and I just ignored it, and then it stopped. Literally. Like, I don't even remember exactly when it stopped, but I know it stopped around the time I told myself I'm never going to pay attention to it again. They were looking at what I was doing, and they saw, and most likely they probably heard, because I talk to myself. Like, I think out loud, basically, all right? So they probably heard that, this and that, and this is that threat assessment. They want to know if you could process your emotions. You know what I'm saying? What am I going to do? Stab people and be a mass murderer because motherfuckers is running past me? So that stopped, and sometime around that time, I didn't even catch which exact date, it stopped. I never saw anyone run past me again, ever. Never. I've had years, I've dated, I've been in love, I almost got married, I lived in different places, I had my ups, I had my downs. I was living my life again. But basically living my life without the paranoia of like some phenomenon secret that everyone knows that I don't. So yeah, that happened. I don't give a fuck about the TIs that, oh, secret society, like you guys are making this program way extra, okay? I don't know the answers to this. I never got to know this to get an official answer of what this is. But when you guys talk about that, you make it extra, you know? But I don't know. I cannot deny or agree that you know, whatever. I don't know what this is. I never got a notice. But yes, it did end. It did end. For all you perps that are going to come out and call me out like, oh, it doesn't end. You're a perp. Yeah, it did end. My video evidence is gold. My video evidence is... I don't even need video evidence. I could go live. You know, you see, my targeting is very quiet. My birthday was yesterday. So I don't know why they've been like, just look at this. Like all day today even was very quiet targeting, barely there. But yeah, I can go live and show you targeting. I don't need video evidence, but my video evidence is solid. You know, and which brings me to another thing that I want to talk about, paranoia. And I'm not scared to call a TI paranoid, because when you fuck up, you need to be called out. All right? So TIs are very paranoid because of the constant infiltration. Everywhere you go, they got to let people know and infiltrate your gym, infiltrate your job, your bar that you go to, this and that. And then they, not only do they infiltrate, but they're doing shit like coughing, sniffling. They're doing these regular things to give you a sense that this is them doing it. That's why TIs are mad fucking paranoid. It's the classical conditioning to mundane acts and constant 24/7 infiltration. It makes a lot of TIs fucking paranoid. And I'm gonna say that because you need to get called out. I was on a group chat. Every TI called me a perp until they saw my video evidence later on. Then they started hitting me up with when they can't handle their targeting. You know, don't let this program make you hyper paranoid. Walk around like a fucking freak, scared of your own shadow. Anyway, back to my point. Yeah, targeting did end. It absolutely ended. You can take that from a veteran TI. Later.